What's up, guys? Captain Ron here with another video. Today's video is going to be an introduction video of the Dirty Old Max. Stay tuned. Alright guys, here she is. She is a 2005 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD Duramax truck that I actually picked up here at Paul Sherry's. We had it traded in and it was a pretty decent deal for me to pick this up. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go through what my thoughts, what I think my highlights of it are going to be, and then I'm going to bring in the expert, Mr. Rust Belt Mechanic, and he's going to give you the more technical side of things, because honestly I don't know a whole lot about diesels, and that's one of the big reasons why I bought the truck, is that I want to be able to learn how to work on them. I want to learn how to fix them and how to work on bigger, dirtier vehicles than what my Kia used to be. So let's go take a look. This has been a couple owner car. Pretty decent. Ignore the Oreos in the passenger seat because those are my daughters. But the guy who had it before us used it as a work truck, and this thing is simply just immaculate. There's no stains on any of the seats, no rips, no tears, no nothing like that. What you doing there, Mr. Kyle? Hey! Those are mine. See? This is what I gotta deal with. He takes my foods. He takes my stuffs. One nice thing that the guy did is he did replace all of the LEDs in the driver steering wheel, behind the center console, all that stuff. All that got replaced with brand new LEDs. The only downside is that there's an issue with the instrument cluster that I gotta fix. So if I push on it, then that shows my range, my odometer, stuff like that. So like I mentioned before, in case it got edited out, instrument cluster's got one small issue with it. I have to push really hard to get the odometer and the range and the cluster information for it. So I'm going to be taking that apart, looking through that, and finding out what exactly is going on with it. But the truck's got about 109,000 miles on it. Really nice truck. I mean, like I said, no issues with the headliner. Some of the lights are kind of mismatched. There's some of them that are LEDs, some of them that are regular. A lot of the lights were burned out because he replaced them with LEDs and then they just kind of failed. So we had to go through and replace that. One nice thing is that the guy, ball bag for softball. One nice thing is that he installed two 8-inch subwoofers underneath the back seat, along with, it's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can get a picture of at least part of it. Well, I can't. So back there behind the seat, there is an amp that power the subwoofers and some of the other speakers that are in there. Nice big crew, what is that? Quad cab? Crew cab. Quad cab. Nice big quad cab truck, so everybody's got plenty of leg room. Going through the back of it, it has already had on it these fuel rims with amp tires. We had to replace the tires because they were bald, super bald. Plus they were super chopped, so had to put new tires on it all the way around. Come around to the back. Kyle, you need to find one of these for me whenever you get a chance. I got to fix this. That was broken, but that's not a big deal. Nice big exhaust that's been on it. This also has a tune in it. It's got a DSP-5 switch and 5 separate tunes for the vehicle itself, ranging from, you know, pretty much stock all the way to don't run this too much or else you'll blow your transmission up. which we haven't tried that one yet, and probably won't, to be on the safe side. Do have Boost Auto mirrors that I've got to do some rewiring on it, because for whatever reason, the turn signals, they only light up the top 3 LEDs on it whenever I turn the turn signal on. So I don't know if that's a wiring issue, if that's an LED issue, but I got to get those and fix those at some point. I'm gonna work on doing headlights, replacing the bulbs in those, try to make them all LED to make them all look good. It's got fog lights, but one of them is messed up, specifically this one, so I got to get in there and fix all those. So it is definitely a project car for me, and it's going to be a content creation tool for the channel as well. It's a pretty sound vehicle, though. We took it to North Carolina and back and had 0 problems with it. Didn't have any, got great gas mileage. I think I was getting like 300 and some odd miles to a tank, full tank of diesel. So it really ran pretty well. Let's go take a look under the hood. Under the hood is not going to be super exciting, but at least you guys can see what it's got already. See if I can do this one-handed. Oh, there we go. So yeah, under the hood, she's kind of dirty. She needs some love. It's got an S&B cold air intake already put on it. But other than that, I don't think it's had too much other stuff done to it. She is pretty dirty. So we're going to have to get in there, clean up some stuff whenever I get a free chance. Probably going to be a project video sometime down the road. But here to talk about the technical aspects of things is our resident diesel mechanic, the Rust Belt mechanic.
What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
So 2005 LLY Duramax had a couple of things done to it. Some guys they decided to do a couple little upfits to it. It's done the poor man's delete, where everything's been kind of unplugged in the way of the EGR valve and the little stuff here that has to do with emissions up top. It does have an S&D LBZ style breather, has the S&D cold air intake with a DSP-5 switch with the TK, the tranny killer tune in it, so you got to keep an eye out for that one.
That's the number 5 that we won't use.
Yeah, and as you can see, he's got some suspension work to do because he's running the camber gang. If you want to get a shot of your front camber here.
Shut the lights off for me, would you? Because the lights are blinding everything. Oh, and the gimbal wants to go retarded, apparently. So yeah, even before we did what work we did to the front, this thing is, yeah. Look at that lean from that front tire.
That camber gang, though. That massive camber gang.
Yeah, it is.
But you got some cool stuff to be able to fix that one.
Yep.
I really like the vehicle. Low mileage 2005 LLY with some nice paint match bumpers, Boost Auto mirrors. Had the delete and everything done to it. That's pretty cool. The tune, like I said, is really nice for it. There is an economy form to it, so on vacation he was getting a good mileage on there, right around 20 miles a gallon with a fully loaded bed. So that's pretty good there. Got some good newer batteries in it. It's going to be a good starter truck for him. Like I said, about 108,000 miles on it. Low mileage for what these Duramaxes are. Looked at the injector balance rates on them. They're low injector balances. They're not above 3.5 on any of them. I think the highest one hit like right around 2. So pretty good on that one.
So for the people who like me who don't know much about diesels, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
Yes.
Your injector balance rates. That is what your injectors and your ECM are adjusting your injectors based on how much fuel volume they're putting based off of how much RPM gain on each cylinder, each firing of the cylinder there is.
Gotcha.
So it knows basically how much fuel is coming out of the injector. So usually when an injector gets towards a higher mileage or gets a little bit older, then it's going to have a little bit different balance rates. It's either going to start creeping up in those numbers or even further down because the pintle is going to be stuck open a little bit more. Yeah, just a little bit of variation to the injector balance rates is usually pretty normal, but once you start getting above 3.5 on those injector balance rates, that's when you're starting to see, you know, the power start to drop off. You may even see up to like a 6 where you're starting to get some misfired counts on those, and that's where you're looking at injectors. And these LLYs, you know, they're kind of finicky on those. The injectors, they're a little bit costly, and they're a little bit of a pain in the ass with the cups and everything that they have to them. But you know, for a starter truck, it's going to be a good one for him to start off with. Does have some good old Ohio crusties to be working on with him too. But you know what? For a project truck, it's one hell of a truck to start off with.
Yeah. As for those crusties that we were talking about, it definitely has some crusties. Going underneath and looking at it, which I don't know if we're going to do that today, considering I don't have a lift to put it on. Kyle.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, we're going to work on eventually getting all the rust in the scale, kind of, you know, sand it off so that I can eventually get it undercoated. That's going to be one of the things I want to do to it. But like I said, it does have some paint issues I got to get fixed at some point. Little minor things like that. She definitely needs a bath right now from all the bug guts and splatters from over the last week. But all in all, it's going to be a really good truck, and I'm really happy with it. So one of the first projects that we're going to do is going to be sitting over here in these two boxes. So let's go take a look at them real quick. So on top of having to do tires, we also needed to do a couple other things. Thank you, trusty assistant. So one of the big things that we had to do was tie rod ends. Just to be able to get it down to North Carolina and back, we had to put some other standard generic tie rod ends on them. But what we're going to do is we're going to swap those out. We got a hold of Kryptonite. We bought from them a set of tie rod ends, and we also bought from them a set of upper control arms. So first one we're going to look at are the tie rod ends. And these things, you could club a baby seal with these things and not feel a thing. These things are just beefy as all get out. I mean, look at that.
Would you just look at it?
Just look at it. Solid, solid, solid. Not going to have any problems out of these anytime, probably, ever. So, got those to put on. 2 of those, obviously, 1 for each side. And then the next thing we got to do is going to be upper control arms. So the control arms themselves are all really thick steel, really nice welding on them. Spot for your upper ball joints, which are right here. We were going to get black ones, but apparently we didn't get black ones. So things happen. So we got upper control arms to do on both sides. Put this in the right way so it fits. All the spacers, everything else we need. All the hardware came with it. Really, really nice set of upper control arms to go on the truck. So one of the first projects we're going to do is it's going to be replacing these, replacing the tie rod ends, and getting those taken care of. Along with replacing the upper control arms, we also have, this has got that, the keys for the leveling kit as well. So we got to replace those as well. Oh, these things right here. These things are like every bit of like a good 5 pounds each. So those got to go on too at some point. But we've also got to get pins to replace the, for the camber. Yes, camber. We got to get pins to replace for the camber adjustments, because when we were doing it for that truck before we left, we broke one. So we got to replace those too. So that is what we got going on so far. We've also got to do, there's something else I got to do. I forget. I don't know. Stay tuned. We'll figure that out. Swear I'm not breaking things. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for right now. Like I said, introduction to the dirty old Max. Want to get you guys to see what's going on. And it's probably going to be the focus of my channel for quite a while. We're going to be doing some videos over how to take care of rust issues, getting these control arms, getting these tie rod ends put in. That's going to be a majority of what we're going to be doing videos over. So you may see videos coming in and out a little more sporadically. I'm going to try to get back onto a schedule to where I'm putting out a video at least once a week. Now that we've got vacation and school and all other crap out of the way, I can get back to making videos. So make sure you guys go down, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, check out the comments below and also the details below. I'll put links for all the stuff that I've got in here, plus information about my truck if you guys want to look into it. So until next time, Captain Ron signing off, and we'll see you next time. Say bye, Kyle.
Bye, guys.
We'll see ya.